time for us to process exactly what happened last time. Yeah, so Nai is real. I feel like, on one hand, it's utterly absurd. On the other hand, like, I can cling on to that idea. Like, there exists a Nai in-universe that people theorize about on the internet. And then there's just a real, like, actual Nai with actual, you can actually join and do actual business things with. They have actual office space. They have receptionists. It's previously on the Nirvana Initiative.
Easier to talk to you this way.
The Bats 490 code. I solved it.
The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality.
If he's willing to lie about one thing, he's willing to lie about everything.
Okay then, let's begin.
So what we got from his SOMNIUM.
It worked! Oh, happy Shikara.
The thing we got from him is that Nai was involved in the Batch 490 video. This feels like a branching point. Are you a Freyer? No.
I see. Then I must have been mistaken.
What is a Freyer? Frey. Right. I remember now.
It was written on that sign.
Frey to free.
Frey to free. The Frey is not prey, it's Frey. Fraying at the fabric of reality.
Frey can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Miss Shigure, are you sure Nais didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
I'm gonna say, I feel like that's acknowledging the sort of meta aspects of this is gonna be somewhat important to getting to the truth of everything, so I'm gonna try and lean against it. I don't know where that will lead me. I haven't even opened the flowchart menu. I do not intend to open the flowchart menu for as long as possible.
We of Nais are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago.
And it might force me to open the flowchart menu, like, once I hit an ending of some sort. So that'll be the point where we start to actually think about where this story went. And she did say that there are, like, spin-off fringe factions.
We are not the ones who created the QR video. The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Or a splinter cell that shares similar beliefs to the OG Nai.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams.
You ever have, like, retroactive deja vu? You do something, then your mind is just struck with the realization that, like, this is playing out. I have a distinct memory of this playing out exactly like this. At some point in time. Don't know how, but memory glitch. It's a scene.
The appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
He's glitched through reality. He's one half A presses.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship.
Holy fuck.
Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened.
Mazio died.
The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
Okay. Wild.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
I relayed Tama's story directly to Tokiko.
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but some of them had melted like a rotten banana, while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened.
Gel banana!
Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship.
Okay, that is terrifying.
Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
Boy, I literally just said it isn't impossible. What are you talking about? Yoyagi Park. February 11th? Is this a new area? Hello. How'd we get here? Hi,
You
Tama.
like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
Haha, just kidding. Unless...
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Oh.
Just do it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Closing eyes. Oh shit, Little Thief. But more hardcore.
What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio Devita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there. Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Oh, it's Little Thief.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
All right, let's start looking around.
Investigation start. Virtual reality activation. Ooh, okay. VR allows you to walk around the scene and gather information. Tama's special vision mode, such as X-ray, can be applied to everything. Changing the special mode, which you can inspect, will change. Just to find hidden information. Alright. Confirm the status before the body combusted. Q.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
What is all that back there? Okay, so just normal and X-ray. Alright. Let's walk around.
Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago.
Alright.
Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter.
That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Rigor mortis was already fading, and the body was somewhat softened by the time it was found. Time has passed between,
What's this? Getting a better look at it. It looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube.
Carbon
Graphene sheets
nanotube.
with the thickness of a single carbon atom.
Whoa.
These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel.
Well, that's terrifying.
Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
Are you saying that, in theory, if you string up a bunch of stuff over a hallway and you run into it full force, are you going to have, like, a corpse party situation? I don't know why that's the first reference I came up with for that, but... Oh, rafters, light?
That way.
Light switch.
Over by that red lamp.
That was intentionally strung up. For an object reaction from inside the corpse. Gotta go investigate the lamp. Gosh dang it, I knew the lamp was responsible.
What's this? There's something inside the body.
It's a toilet paper roll.
3 things catch my attention. First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily.
So...
The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally... At the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
So his half of the corpse appeared in here with all this shit crammed in it. Intentionally made up to give this kind of reaction. Huh. Inside the corpse is fuel that goes off with even the slightest impact. A fuse, a substance that causes a thermite reaction. Alright. These little hints and stuff here. Let me check on you real quick. Being chased by Amazons in a dense forest. That's sexy. Oh no, I made a date. Oh god. Oh dear. Alright, there we go. Let's have a look around these. See if the quiz show contestants. Probably nothing to be gained from this, but I do want to see what the hell are all these people doing back here. Can see the back of the set. A bunch of mannequins here. That's all I have to say about that? If I turned on an X-ray visor and I saw a bunch of human figures just staring back at me there, I'd be a little bit terrified. Fun amusement, the quiz show host. Big monitor
Looks like
here.
It's there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
Interesting. Camera? That body was shown to the entire world through this camera. Electric kettle.
Maybe it's for having tea during breaks.
Oh, cute. Here's the light switch. When that was triggered...
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's, you know what?
Tama, no.
Couldn't you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
No, I don't know what, Tama. Please, tell me. Elaborate.
Well, it won't come out easily.
Please, elaborate.
Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
Eh? The signboard was stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove. Huh.
It's a signboard.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been rotated around here. Nothing new we can really gain from that over here.
What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
The CNT extending through the corpse was threaded through the ceiling beam and tied to the light switch. But what's the whole occurrence into a
Okay.
different
It looks like
mindset?
we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
Like the half of his body was deliberately rigged up like this to do this.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
The truth reenactment allows you to find the truth of the information you have gathered. Answer Tama's questions with the best answer. And these correctly answering her questions will the truth be reenacted. Tama, why do you have a crop?
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
How did the lights get turned off?
That's the switch that powers the lighting.
Yeah, let's not overthink this. Someone simply walked up and flipped this switch.
But no one was near the switch when the lights went out. Let's try to think of something else.
How did the lights get turned off? Did we even examine up there?
An electric kettle?
Maybe if someone turned on this kettle while the studio was using its maximum amperage.
Why do I have so much, why do I have so much Danganronpa 2 going on lately on this
The
channel?
breaker didn't trip.
That is true, though.
There must be some other way.
Alright.
The answer button by this contestant's seat is actually...
It's not a light switch.
Okay, look at our clue list. Huh.
There were bundled CNTs tied to the body. They
Alright.
were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
Oh, hello, Mini Tama.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
Oh, so reverse order?
So on to the next question. The
Alright.
corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
It's our day-long live stream. So the rigor mortis softened.
The culprit used the mechanism of the body softening after rigor mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
That's...
And that's what made it fall down.
Holy shit.
Now, for the final question.
Just having half a corpse up there in the ceiling for, hours on end.
Why did the
Rancid.
body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode.
Signboard was in there. The fuel.
It's because
Thermite.
of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction.
Once the fuse was burning inside the body.
The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
The whole thing was a big trap to create a time-delayed bomb.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
Still go three-quarters of the way
I
there.
think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator.
Alright.
Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
Alright.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
You're getting too into the director role
But-
there.
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Macadamy. Macadamy Awards. It's... the Macadamy Award show will be held in the Blacktop parking lot, June 23rd. It will be hosted by Macaulay Culkin.
Macadamy? Like the nuts?
There will be, white chocolate macadamia nut cookies.
Enough! Let's get this started!
Alright, let's do this.
Ready? Action!
Ow, my face.
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin.
Alright.
Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Hello there, I'm a corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
Well, me neither.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well,
Went up.
it was right here.
That makes sense.
The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis.
Would the carbon tubes give you the ability to do a snippy snip like that?
So that's how they did the light trick.
To like cut them so cleanly? And the like?
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward onto the light switch.
Alright.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Very good.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon!
Yes, the culprit is an inflatable tube
It
man.
needs to be soft and squishy! Like an octopus!
Of course. Makes perfect sense.
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it!
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
Give me the Ryuki gut. Whee! Click. Landed very cleanly.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives.
Boom! We still have
That is
many
the truth
more.
behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion.
Good man, Ryuki. Channeling your inner Danganronpa protagonist.
Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
I like that. Makes sense in the end. And it still has a bunch of... It still poses a bunch of interesting questions.
All makes sense now.
How the hell did Jin get cut in half like that? And arranged like that?
That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Someone set him up there.
Of course it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere.
Very clearly produced the reaction of of Ryuki discovering a seam.
Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video.
Is there something in that? Let's hang out in the park here a moment. Oh. Oh, Alfrey, my favorite soda brand. Tama's standing there, or so it seems. At the time the rigor mortis
The
would
culprit must
subside,
have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
they also had like a day-long live
The
stream.
culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours.
So they had a pretty safe window they could
The
shoot
culprit
to
was
hit.
fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period. Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
Oh. TNT is highly flammable carbon material. It doesn't stand a chance against 3,000 degree temperature, but it bonds with oxygen to create carbon dioxide, which helps extinguish the flame. So it burns up quick and then burns out.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. just like a man's you-know-what.
Thanks, Tama.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
Huh.
So, to wrap it all up, the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean... the director, Shinpei Wada.
Okay. We'll get him back.
Right.
We'll get Jin back.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now. At the maid cafe, Sunfish Pocket.
Uh-oh. Alright. Sunfish Pocket, let's go. Let's see how the girls are doing. Fucking limo. Me giving him shit for going around in a freaking limo, and then he hits me with the, it belonged to my estranged family. Oh wow, we get a detailed view of them. Of the photos on the wall. First game was not nearly as detailed. Dramatic.
There he is!
Ah, shit.
Huh? What? Gun?
Damn!
Why are you... What? Bruv? Oh. The fuck you doing? Blood's on the sauce. Alright. What the shit was that?
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here.
My bad.
What the fuck were you doing?
Apology is not gonna cut it.
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right? I can't go to jail!
Why the fuck did you try to kill me?
That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I needed money to take care of my kid.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror. I don't know his real name. Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said...
I want to borrow your studio for an hour or so on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Do not let anyone near the studio during this time. That includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked, that's all. I'll pay you $5 million. If everything goes well, I'll pay you on the night of the 11th.
So me and the staff haven't met this Terror guy at all.
Well,
I don't
goddamn.
know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Come to Class 3A at Sekiba High. You'll get your money there.
Class 3A at Sekiba High.
Sekiba High.
Ryuki,
Yeah, let's go.
What in the hell? Ah!
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics. Chikara Horodori.
No way. It can't be.
Nothing to be done. Well, hot damn. All right. Ikume?
Mr. Date told me about this shrine. This place is so full of nature, just like Yoyagi Park. It's just calming here.
We need a bit of calming after that.
I see.
Oh?
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks.
I'm concerned.
Let's start then. It's perfect. It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course.
Oh.
Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
It's a more minor recreation we can actually poke around here. Not a full bottled one, but sure.
Worried about health?
That's right.
Yes. Do you treat your body well? That's wonderful. Wait, hold on. I thought you were worried about your health. If you can exercise, aren't you healthy?
Hey. What? American Samoa?
Samoa smash!
Just see it through. Then you'll know the answer.
Okay, goodbye. There's a lot coming at me very fast here. We'll get back to that. First, I need to know. What do you vow to protect? My life. Namakatsu, that's sexy. Thanks, Date. Alright. Window. It's a window. Blackboard. Nothing particularly suspicious about it. Locker. Table. To his desk. Something that might lead to a clue. Chair.
Ryuki, can you not rub your face on it?
I'm not!
Locker's nothing suspicious. Dude's chair. Oh, nothing suspicious with the teacher's desk. Door. Why would you? It is suspicious that the text was sent, like, literally when Shinpei got apprehended by Abyss. Maybe this was a full-on trap. Monitor used for class. Alright, let's look at you.
Chikara's right side. The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th. Right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that it has no guts!
What?
I know. That was so bad, the joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it!
I kind of love that.
I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts!
I kind of love terrible sense of humor,
You
Thomas.
couldn't let this chance pass me by?
That's weirdly adorable. Weirdly adorable of her. Tama trivia? These are the corpses
Looks
on
like
the
there aren't any other
blackboard.
clues here.
It's because it doesn't have internal organs anymore. Open space inside the body has a lower pressure than the outside. Someone how suction cups work. That's weirdly unsettling. He's a human suction cup. I hate that. Thanks, Tama. I hate that. I really hate that. Oh god.
Well, satisfied?
This is now a weird one. Denial message.
I think he was lying about the money.
Yeah.
Kara probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
You mean he wanted Shinpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Shinpei.
Which is why Shinpei was on edge. Shinpei was on it. Was that whole Shinpei pulling a gun on this literally just if the police contact you, you don't get your money. Something to put him on edge enough to start blasting as soon as we fucking showed up. Security
I
cameras?
checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. Do you remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking. That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Terror, causing terror, tearing at the seams.
Just who is this terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
The symbolism is beating me over the head.
It can't be Tokiko, can it? Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death, and she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow. Chikara was a member of NICE, and he knew about Bats 490. That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program.
Could she have done all this to give her claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible.
She definitely does not have to do it personally to have done it. She's at the head of a
In any
super
case,
secret
let's go see Tokiko.
organization.
I have to talk to her.
Tama does not approve.
Understood. We've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.
Ryuki clearly has issues that he's still dealing with. Many, many issues. And that is... Yeah.
I've been expecting you. I thought you would be arriving soon.
Ah, you know, don't you?
What do you mean?
I mean, I knew you would come see me.
Don't you make that. Don't you make those signs at me. Mamoru, Tokyo secretary and bodyguard. Why the sunglasses?
These aren't sunglasses. It's a fairy's black bra.
What?
What a degenerate.
That's a pervert wearing a black bra on his face. Oh wow, this is the first time we've seen this in the light. It was dark when we were here before.
As you know, this is the President's office at the NICE Japan branch.
The world is full of rubbish. Such things should all be washed away. That was my thinking when I designed this room.
You designed it?
Yes. The flow of water cleanses one's heart, just like the flow of time.
Cool.
Not really. She's a kind woman. But I obviously wouldn't tell you even if I did know something. As her secretary, it's part of my job to protect her secrets.
Mamoru is
respect,
an
yeah?
excellent employee who faithfully fulfills his duties. I have complete trust in him.
I'm honored to hear that. I respect you from the bottom of my heart as well.
Gag.
Tokiyo Shigure, president of NICE Japan. You know
No,
Jinpei Wagai.
I don't.
Then do you know about Terror?
I've heard that name on the news, yes. This is about the culprit, is it not?
Yes, but...
I have absolutely no idea who it could be. I'm sorry I can't help you, but...
Jin's right half
I've
didn't
solved the
teleport.
mystery, Miss Shigure. Jin's right half didn't teleport. It was just made to seem that way. It should have been obvious when you think about it. Teleportation? It's impossible. We live in a simulation? This is a fake world created by a program? Impossible. Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. Just a ludicrous myth like UFOs, ghosts, and Kappa. I'm sure there are people
Kappa.
who like to believe in these things. And there are groups who profit by making people believe.
Mr. Ryuki, it appears as though there's been some misunderstanding. We of NICE have nothing to do with this.
Are you sure about that? All the pieces would fit together if NICE is the one that made the QR video. The falsified paranormal phenomenon. What was written on the signboard. It all advances your agenda. Could it be that you wanted to spread the QR video by showing that sign along with the corpse on stream?
As I've told you, we are not the ones who made the QR video. What is the purpose of the QR video in the first place? Are you saying there is some message urging people to join NICE in it?
We don't know. We don't know.
I know of the incident, of course. However...
Yes, I know you have an alibi. We were here, having a conversation during the time of Chikara Horadori's death. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're completely innocent. You are the president of NICE. Surely you have plenty of subordinates who can do your bidding.
Are you implying I ordered someone to kill him?
It's a possibility.
And what would be my motive?
Well...
We didn't
Remember what
we didn't
Tokyo
think that
said.
went through, did we?
Chikara Horadori is an avid believer in the Order of Percent. Their order and NICE are heading in completely different directions.
Okay, where's their headquarters?
Perhaps NICE and the Order of Percent are hostile.
I see. You're suggesting there was a conflict between organizations.
We haven't actually considered the possibility that the Order of Percent made the QR code video.
It is true that NICE and the Order of Percent have differing beliefs. However, we are not at odds with one another. Both organizations believe in the simulation theory. In that respect, we are comrades.
What do you believe
We are
in?
living in a simulation, a false world. And from this false world, we seek emancipation. That is what NICE believes. On the other hand, the Order of Percent, we are living in a simulation, a false world. But they wish to remain imprisoned within it forever.
How does that...
Forever.
Mr. Ryuki, have you ever played an open-world game where you play as a criminal?
A game that lets you rob, murder, blow things up, leave a trail of debris wherever you go.
Oh, Grand Theft Automaton 5.
An absurd, heinous game where you can freely commit all sorts of horrible crimes.
I've never played anything like that, but I know what you mean.
Then you can understand. If this is a false world created by someone, then the Order of Percent believe they can do whatever they wish. To them, this place is a true utopia. A dream world where they're allowed to do anything they want with no real consequences.
That's why they want to live here forever?
Exactly.
We're living in a simulation and we want to get out, versus we're living in a simulation and we're just going to go hog wild because nothing matters.
I get it. That's why Chikara was researching immortality.
In theory, using Purge, even immortality is achievable. The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality. What do you think? Isn't that wonderful?
The symbol of Nyes, the non-Yupal X. There are 4 unseen X's hidden within. They represent the truth of the world you live in. That is yet another meaning inside the non-Yupal X.
Or unseen X's.
I'm aware that Chikara was very particular about immortality. However, I will say one thing. One must not believe in eternal youth. Eternal youth is a lie.
Ominous note to end on. Thank you, ma'am.
By the way, Mr. Ryuki, do you remember what you said earlier? Simulation theory is nothing but occult nonsense. That is clearly false. The simulation theory is not occult. It falls within the realm of science. In fact, many esteemed scientists have given serious thought to the matter. The theory was originally proposed by a Swedish philosopher. However, the concept has been around since long ago, even as far back as the days of Plato and Zhuangzi. This world may be an illusion. At least, there is no way to prove it isn't an illusion. There are great people throughout history who have held such ideas.
But there's no way to prove it is an illusion either, is there?
No, there is plenty of science to support it. The holographic principle, theory of relativity, the measurement problem in quantum theory can also be considered proof.
Holographic principle.
Even light cannot escape a black hole. I'm sure you've heard this before. Information is the same. It cannot escape a black hole. It's known that the amount of information trapped in this way is not derived from the volume of the black hole, but the surface area. Considering this, you can conclude that information in a 3-dimensional space is stored in the boundary of its 2-dimensional surface. In other words, all information stored in this universe is encoded in a single flat plane, just like a hologram. Regarding gravity and other physical processes, they can be completely accounted for through the laws of physics defined by the boundary surface. Let's take a character from an action game, for example.
Yes, please, let's dumb this down. It's going a bit above my head.
When that character falls, you may think he was pulled to the ground by gravity. However, gravity does not actually exist in the game world. Only code that was written in the program. The character's body is merely made to show as if it fell based on its code.
You think this world is the same?
The holographic principle is not a theory. It is a principle.
Alright, hold up.
It has already been mathematically proven.
Description of a volume of space can be thought of as encoded on a lower dimensional boundary of the region. It's like a light. The idea that the universe around us, when you're used to thinking of it being three-dimensional, is actually at a more fundamental level two-dimensional. Everything we see is happening in a two-dimensional space. Information on a two-dimensional plane encodes for a this information. Huh. Everything we are experiencing in 3 dimensions is encoded into a 2-dimensional space here. It's a nice watch.
I see. Then let us leave it at that.
In Kyoto, people say, "You have a nice watch." That's a way to say, "Can we stop talking already?" I can look at their watch and see how much time they spent. Up the conversation. Tokyo doesn't have a watch, so she must be been really annoyed when she heard this. Oops, can you move that a little? I just skipped all the other theories. Be right back. We're not going to tell Tokyo to fuck off. Not quite yet. I want to read about this stuff.
I'd like to ask you one thing. Beings that are far more intelligent and advanced than we humans. Do you believe a civilization of such beings exists anywhere in this world? And by this world, I mean all possible worlds in the entire universe, including those outside of our own.
Well, somewhere out there, probably.
I agree. Taking that into consideration, we're left with 3 possibilities. 1. Civilization hasn't reached a level of technology advanced enough to create a simulation that can't be distinguished from reality. 2. Civilization has reached a level of technology advanced enough to accomplish this, but it hasn't for some reason. 3. Civilization has reached that level of technology and has no strong reason not to use it. Therefore, they've proceeded with creating an intricate simulation. Which of these do you think is most likely?
Are you saying it's 3?
That is what a famous Swedish philosopher believed, at least. He further explains, that civilization must have run simulations millions or even trillions of times. In which case, it would make sense to believe our world would be included in one of those simulations.
You're saying it's far more likely that we're one of the countless simulated worlds, rather than a world that exists in the one and only reality. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Additionally, the simulation in the real world may be a simulation itself, kind of like a Matryoshka doll. Just so you know, I'm not saying I believe the simulation theory. The simulation theory isn't too credible because of this Matryoshka aspect. We are a simulation created by a much more powerful civilization, and we are potentially one of many iterations of said simulation. But what if that world's been simulated too by an even more powerful? It's a whole thing that boggles the mind and just serves to tie you out. Okay, so we have several ways to tell you to fuck off.
Say this world really is a simulation. Then that would mean a computer or something that's running the simulation exists somewhere, right? But it doesn't seem realistic that everything that happens in the universe could be derived by calculation.
Yes, you are right. However, there is no need to calculate every phenomenon. Only what observers see and experience.
Draw distance.
Take the measurement problem in quantum theory. It explains the inexplicable phenomenon observed in the double-slit experiment. Quantum matter appears as particles when observed, and as waves when not observed. For the latter, its position cannot be specified because it exists as a stochastic wave. Therefore, it must be calculated and processed as the entire wave, and is impossible to reduce. The faster an object moves, or as the effects of gravity increase along with the increase in mass, time progresses slower, as I'm sure you know.
And that's related to processing speed?
Yes. When the load during calculation is increased, a phenomenon akin to a processing failure occurs. That is why nothing can exceed the speed of light.
Speed of light being the maximum processing speed in the simulation.
The calculation wouldn't be able to catch up if acceleration is infinite.
The thing that has some basis in actual... Let me explain the double slit experiment. Shoot a ray of light toward a board with 2 slits with a screen behind it. This causes the rays to be distorted to look like stripes. This is because a light has the property of a wave. What would happen if we shot light molecules one at a time? Light molecules will show up as a dot on the screen. Continuously doing this, the stripes reappear. Why is this? Light molecules are only being shot one by one, so the board shouldn't have an effect. The next part of this experiment was done using a detection device to see which slit the molecules went through. This caused the stripes to disappear and only 2 lines appeared on the screen. Isn't that interesting? If it's not being observed, they appear as waves, but as soon as you try to observe it, they appear as lines. That's the gist of the detection problem in molecular theory. When we shoot beams of light particles at the slits, we get the stripes. When we actually, like, observe the light particles as they go and see where they end up, we get just 2 slits. And now we have 3 ways to tell her to piss off. Now, card you want? Mario Kart. What? Going to join the other world line? I'm going, what? Dante went off on a journey after becoming a respectable adult. Man, I raise it. Okay. Blaine. Ah. Questioning the police is brave.
I see. Then let us leave it at that. In any case, there is no denying that the simulation theory is true. But unlike Chikara, I have no interest in the concept of immortality, because my objective is to tear at the seams of this world and emancipate us all.
So you mean dying?
No. Death and emancipation are completely different. I have no desire to commit suicide, though I would be fine with dying at any time.
Because this world isn't real.
There is that, yes. However, there is another reason.
That does kind of... She gives me Jenna Angel vibes from Digital Devil Saga.
If I wish to do so, I can resurrect myself.
What?
We are living in a false world created by a program. Therefore, if we can rewrite its code, we can create miracles. Like reincarnation. Or even...
Oh no, it's giving you that
bringing
look.
someone who has already passed back to life.
Oh dear. I don't like that look. What?
Has this woman lost it?
I don't know.
Ryuki, you were right. There's clearly a lot of reasons to be suspicious of Tokiko.
Yeah. Let's check with Wingsync.
Okay, what you thinking of, girl? I'm afraid to see what's going on in your head.
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
What is this?
Looks like Tokiko is blackmailing someone.
What is it she saw?
I don't know. This is as far as we can get through WinkSync.
Then...
Yes, let's get a deeper look into her mind, using a regular sync.
This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. Didn't she just let us bring her in? It's interesting.
Ryuki, just to confirm, you did get permission, right?
Yes, she accompanied me voluntarily and...
No, I meant from Boss.
I haven't seen Boss. She wasn't in the control room.
It's fine. I'll be sure to talk to her later.
I get forgiveness rather than ask permission. Oh dear.